Hey there, a long time ago when I was like 17 or 18, I bought this floor jack right here. So I still remember going to my local Sears store and buying this right here, and it's definitely served us well. You can just see I've changed so many different tires, fixed some cars. It's definitely paid for itself multiple times over. But now there's so many advancements in other floor jacks, and this one is just fairly compact to some other ones that I can find. So I started a quest probably 2 years ago looking for a decent floor jack. I did some searching, asking some friends some questions that are in the automotive space, trying to find which one's a good one. So I looked at several different brands, and then I came across one from Harbor Freight. Let me show you. Okay, so right here, we have the Daytona Super Duty 3-ton high performance model DJ 300 MP. So this one definitely has a nice long reach to it. It has a dual piston design right here. I like the way this handle can remove without any tools. And then when you install it, you don't even have to pull that out. It just locks in right away. So you can easily maneuver this around. It is definitely heavier, so if I'm going to transport this, then I might decide whether I want to bring the lighter one or this one right here. So I am going to definitely keep that one still. So it's just so smooth, and you tighten that with the double piston design right there. You can just see 1, 2, 3, 4, and about a quarter strokes right there to get this all the way to the full height. So I went into my local Harbor Freight looking at the different floor jacks. This purple metallic right here, for some reason, just stood out. It looked really cool. So it may not have been a color that I would have chose, but when you see it in person, it just is pretty awesome looking. So the color on here just kind of looks like something that you might see like at some type of car show or something like that. My son Sawyer was home from college for a few days, and his Nissan Ultima needed some front brakes and rotors. So this is one of the first opportunities for me to use the Daytona jack. And as I'm trying to reach underneath for a good point to jack from, you can just see that whole jack just slides right underneath the car. So I just had to start out kind of slow, pumping it, and then the strokes can get a little bit longer as the car gets up higher. But it didn't take long. We had it off the ground, and then we just start taking the wheel off right here. Tighten right down. And then after all the brake pads and rotors are on, you can just see what the final result is. Now just putting the wheel back on. Daytona jack did a great job. So here's a scene from a few days later. So Grayson's friend is over. He's got a BMW. It sits a little bit lower to the ground than a Nissan Ultima. So this is a 328D. So it's a diesel engine. So underneath, when you look here, there's some jack pads right there. The points where you jack from, you can get some inserts for those, so you can put those on your jack itself to keep them from getting damaged. All right, let's see how far this can go underneath for reaching. All right, that's about as far as I'd want to go with that. So let's see. So we're about 19.5 inches or so. All right, let's check out the height we have on this. Minimum height. All right, right there, we're about 3 3/4 inches right there. And how high did that go up? All right, about 23 1/4 inches, maybe just under. All right, the dog's getting a little feisty. All right, Dren, thanks for letting me use your car.
Yeah, no worries, of course.
So now we have the opposite scenario. We have a vehicle that's a 3/4 ton van that sits pretty high off the ground. So we're just going to see how this does going underneath there to raise it up. Requires it going pretty high if you go from the frame there on the side. And right there we have the tire off the ground. It's very smooth to release it and just take the jack out when you're done. So when I first started researching the Daytona floor jacks right here, I was talking to somebody who's in the automotive space, someone training to be a licensed mechanic. And he was telling me what he heard is that Harbor Freight went to the company that made these floor jacks right here for the Snap-on company, and they said they would build them to the same specs or something like almost like exactly the same specs as the Snap-on one. But then Harbor Freight was able to sell this. I believe I paid $239 for it. And if you go on the Harbor Freight website, they'll compare it to that one. I think it's model FJ300 by Snap-on, and this is a $775 price discount getting it from Harbor Freight. And if you look at the reviews, there's just been so many people that have purchased this, and it's like really close to a 5-star. I'm not even sure if it's a 5-star quite, but it should be very close to that. So everything to me is on it for the price that I can't go wrong, and I'm definitely glad that I did. So I haven't had this very long, but when I've had some projects where I've needed a floor jack, this has really made the day go that much smoother. The other one, it seems like I'm just constantly fighting it, trying to get the handle to lock, and then it just has a shorter reach to it. And this one right here just has a long reach. It's so smooth. So the fact that this is so much faster too, it's just something that I've never been used to, and it's awesome having that. So I definitely like it. The only thing I wish it wasn't quite as heavy, but it's something that kind of just lives in my garage right there. So it's not something I'm probably gonna take with me on the road too much. So that's what I'll keep the other one. Unless I need something that is for a car like really low to the ground, because I've had several phone calls from different family members that have had flat tires, and sometimes it's really difficult where they end up parking on the side of the road to be able to get a floor jack underneath there. So that's where this right here is going to work well. So now we're on the Harbor Freight website, and let's check out some of the options with the jack right here. So you can see it's $239. So we have the metallic purple. There's some other colors: candy apple metallic red, sunburst metallic orange, and yellow. So I'm wondering, which one of the four would you choose if you were to buy this jack? All right, let's take a look at some jack stands. I did buy some of these, a couple of them in yellow. They didn't have matching purple. So here's the ones I picked up right here. They're 27 bucks. So if you buy these, just be careful. They are a little top heavy, but they do work well as long as you take all the safety precautions. Now you've had guys. So now that you've had a chance to see the Daytona 3-ton Super Duty jack, what do you think about it? Did I make the right decision by going with this one right here? Or is there another brand that you think I should have checked out? So let me know in the comments down below. I'd like to hear what you think. And if you want to see some other tool reviews I have coming up, please hit that subscribe button right there if you haven't done so yet. And I also have a playlist right up here with some other recent tool reviews that you might want to check out. So that's it for now, friends. Really. Thanks for watching. See you next time. All right, let me show you what they're looking at. Let's zoom in there. So you might not be able to see it, but right in there is a deer kind of blending in. They have the same color as that brush. The deer's just standing there. But Leo's got the eyes. Hey, what do you guys think about that floor jack?